Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out today's video. So today I just want to talk a little bit about Zap Lalo. I've been doing it for a few days. Had some time with Boom. He gave me some tips on what I'm doing wrong. In a league match, I had a 1-star against WHF, and it's the reason we lost, basically. So just trying to get practice and get better at it, because it's a little bit about timing and execution for me. A little bit about a lot of things, but so here we are, Clan War Leagues, doing some Zap Lalo. I zapped out the scatter shot and ground bow because it's good value, right? Gives me a good path to the town hall, but of course, one of the biggest problems I have are my Suis. My king's not going to go for the town hall here, which is what I wanted. I tried to cut him off with the queen, didn't do it fast enough. So now I'm going to wall break into the scatter shot expo over here, and we're just going to make the best of it, work our way into that scatter shot. And then of course that doesn't happen either, so really need to work on my Sui game. That's for sure. Am going to get the queen, so at least I get some value instead of just a whole bunch of trash buildings. But the town hall is activated, so I can send the stone slammer directly at it, which is going to be nice. And then I can just Lalo into the scatter shot expo and single target inferno area here behind the sweeper. So that's what I do. And here we go. Freeze up the town hall so that the balloons going to the scatter shot don't get killed. Kind of had to time that there. That's something I need to work on too, is timing my balloons into scatters with the hound. Use the hound to tank the scatter, obviously. Make sure the balloons get to the scatter before the hound quits tanking for the scatter shot. So I notice I don't do that well enough. But anyway, so here we go with the last set of balloons coming in at the 3 o'clock side of the base. Gonna haste our way into the splash damage in the core here. And just being patient, letting everything kind of develop. We still have 2 headhunters, but we don't want to put them in too soon, because they're just gonna get killed by the cannon or the royal champion, because the royal champion's not tanked by anything, then she will kill them. So I wait till I could get them in the warden tome here at the end, and sent those headhunters in, and then I tomed. And that's pretty much gonna do it for this base. Man, Lalo is one of those things that I always feel so rusty on. I'll get good with it, and then I get bored with it, quit playing with it, quit using it, and then base meta changes even just a little bit, and all of a sudden I'm really rusty again. The timing is off. Like if I hit a base that has all multis, used to not be a problem. Now it's like the timing is off for me, and I got to be able to get through those. But all right, let's take a look at another style of Zap Lalo. Okay, so with the last raid, it was more of a traditional Lalo where you zap something out, send the heroes in, Lalo the rest of the base. On this one, I'm going to zap the core here, and instead of using a stone slammer, I'm going to use a log launcher, because I could get, well, the idea is to get both these scatters, the queen, the king, and the royal champion. So I sent my royal champ at 3 to pick off these defenses here. Had an idea that there was going to be a Tesla farm there, because that eagle just seemed too easy to get. So I used a giant for the royal champion. Then an ice golem for the king, and the log launcher behind. Gonna cut this off down here with the baby drag. And we have a wall breaker. There we go. It's gonna be able to let the king in. It's not gonna let the king in. He's gonna walk around, because I didn't really have a funnel cut on that inside layer. But here we go, sending in the headhunters to take down the RC while the RC's beating up on that ice golem. And my queen's gonna come back. This is actually very fortunate for me, because had she not done that, this raid would have been a lot more difficult than it ended up being. King's still working his way around the outside. Queen's gonna work her way in, get this storage. And is she gonna get that scatter shot? She does. The log launcher had weakened it significantly. I start the Lalo at 2 o'clock. Here we go. Just gonna work our way in and be very patient. There's only one air expo. We have a single target inferno. We don't really have to do anything crazy here. We do have headhunters on the warden, so I poison and freeze them. And we're working our way through nice and slow. I bring in another pack of balloons at 12 o'clock to support the hound. Then I sprinkle some in at 11 and 10. Gonna freeze up the town hall just to give everything a chance to group up at the town hall. Gonna freeze it again. Balloons haven't quite grouped up there yet. And here we go. Gonna go ahead and tome. We work our way through the town hall, and we have another haste. We're just gonna wait till the tome wears off, and now we're gonna use it here to make sure that the balloons go from the mortar outside back into the air defense archer tower quickly. Still have 2 sneaky gobs that I put down right now, and that's another triple. So I think I'm going to show you guys one more log launcher triple, and then maybe that'll be it. So here's another log launcher Zap Lalo triple. Thing is, like, these are the triples, but there's been a lot of fails leading up to learning how to do this, what I'm looking for in the base, and it just takes practice. Lalo has a lot to do with muscle memory too, but the Sui is very important. If you mess up the Sui, the Lalo is not going to go right. There's just nothing you can do. So the focus really is finding the right Sui value for the Lalo so that the balloons don't have to take such a massive beating. In classic Sui Lalo, where you have a ton of spells, balloons can actually do a ton of work on a base, but with only 2 haste, 2 freeze, or 3 hastes, 2 freeze, you don't have a lot of spell support for the balloons. But so there we go. We zapped out the side of the base that had like an Inferno and an Air Expo, and that's basically just for pathing. And that's something else I'm trying to learn too. It's really hard for me to pass up good value sometimes, but sometimes good value is not the best thing to zap out. It's more important to zap out pathing for me. I'm sure a good Lalo player is like, no, zap the value because I'll make any Lalo work. I can't make any Lalo work, so I have to get the pathing down pretty solid for me to have a chance. The log launcher here, one thing it does really well is it opens up the core of the base, and that's going to allow me to have my queen go into the core and get those scatter shots. I start the Lalo a little bit early so that the queen doesn't try to walk outside of the base. I was a little worried that she would try to walk up and around. But there we go. She's going to work her way into the core. She has an ice golem to tank for her. Haste some of those balloons to speed them up into that core section because we don't want the queen getting locked onto by that single. A few back end balloons here to cut off my main pack of balloons to force them into the town hall. Haste up the 9 o'clock. Probably a little late on that haste, but we're going to have to live with it. And we're going to tome here. The queen actually on the town hall. She pretty much takes it down. The balloons didn't really do much there. And then we have a few back-end balloons sprinkled in. This raid was much better executed than the previous raids. But I'd actually hit this base before with dragons and failed. And so when I saw it, I definitely wanted to give it a try with the Lalo because I had a feeling if I can get the queen into the core that this raid would go very well. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Been a while since I did a Zap Lalo video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.